Let's go ahead and welcome Caitlin Shulman. Hey, friend, how are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm so good. It's so good to see you. So, the reason why I wanted to bring on Caitlin is because this girl doesn't quit. That's why. She is a freaking rock star. I wanted to show, if it's okay, they're in your in the All Stars group, and I'll tell you before I share what I'm going to share. But I was, don't worry, don't freak out. There's first off, Caitlin is super creative and everything she does is super colorful. So it always stops my scroll. So I'm constantly seeing the things you're posting, I wanted to show the flyers that you had posted, just a picture of the flyers. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, perfect. All right, so let me show that here. I'll share my screen. Okay, and then we're going to go in just a minute into your story. And so here we go. Okay, so this is why I love Caitlin. She does things outside of the box that are different than what I typically teach. And she's constantly trying to create new ways to do things. And that is awesome. So sometimes, we do certain things and it produces results. Sometimes we try others and it produces this result, whatever it is. But the fact, at the end of the day, we are scientists. And so let's talk about Caitlin's story because she is one of the best scientists I know. She just keeps trying new things to see what will work. So Caitlin, take us back to the time before you met me. And what were you struggling with at that time? What was life like?
Depending how far back we go. I was a licensed teacher. Couldn't find a job in the school district that was in my area. So I was subbing. Did not like subbing at all. I had my baby at home. So I had a daycare job for a year while I was pregnant with her. Took the summer off with her. And then my mom was willing to watch her and my niece, and that was fine. So I could sub at the school districts. And just the lack of support and the behavior and just it was not for me. I did not like it at all. So I started looking for jobs that I could do at home, and I got your book, and I was kind of like, there's no way I could do this, and I read it, and I kind of just, put it on the back burner, I'll be honest. Yeah. And I started working as a virtual assistant for teacher sellers. So I dabbled in that for a while, and I still do it on the side right now. But then your thing opened up in Enroll, and I was staring at your book, and it was either in my bedroom or in my office, and it was always just there. And I'm like, okay, I have to at least do this challenge and see what happens. And so, then the rest is more for than what you asked.
Yes, well, let's go into that. Okay, so you finally said, let's take a shot at this, right, with the challenge. Did you want to do local preschool or online preschool? Online. Okay. And so you went through the challenge, you did it for online preschool. How did it feel right before you posted your script?
I was good until I posted the script. Once I posted the script, I'm like, okay, now everybody else knows, and it's not just me in my bubble.
I know.
So that was a little daunting.
Yeah. But did you get good feedback from your friends and your family?
Yeah. So that led me to the summer. I had 2 families that signed up, one that had 3 kids and one that had 2. And I did have to lower my age range. So I'd had 2 2.5-year-olds, 2 3-year-olds, and a 5-year-old who was going to kindergarten at the end of summer. So we had a great time in the summer. I'll be honest, I put Hub on the back burner because I was not used to Hub. I was so used to my blog website, it just wasn't set up for teaching. So my videos, I would either give them a YouTube link when I was having uploading problems, or I would have it in Google Drive. And so it was easy for the parents because they were very not tech savvy, but at the same time, I felt like they weren't accessing the material as often as I would have liked. But I got nothing but positive feedback. And the one family said that she would come back with her 2 kids, but then I told you earlier, I'm in fall and I don't have any kids right now. So I'm working on marketing.
Yeah. The truth is we're going to go through different periods. We're going to go through I'm in the building period. I'm in the serving period, the teaching, the making money period. And sometimes we're in the rebuilding period. Okay, what did I learn from this? Do I want to keep doing it exact? So let's ask about that. what did you enjoy about the program you created, and what are you thinking about maybe doing anything differently this fall?
So the big thing is, you're doing a 30-minute video if that's what you stick to. And I spent maybe roughly an hour to an hour and a half editing each video because I have my calendar area and stuff over there, and then I would come back here if I was doing letters or reading. And so I had videos that were in different areas of the room, so therefore I had to link them together at the very least. And so I wanted to try make it animated and add all these cool things to it, which is fine. But then I was almost like, okay, I might be overdoing it a little bit. I don't think it's necessary. So I want to try to backtrack and not edit as much this time.
Nice. So definitely save your time that way.
Yeah.
Well, and I think
the
too,
other thing that I learned from last night was you don't have to do lives every week, because that's the other thing is a lot of the time the kids weren't showing up to the lives, or I had one. So I kind of switched it. Right now I'm doing lives in my Facebook group, so it's open to anyone. And then that way, if they like the lives, maybe they'll come and do the classes as well.
Yeah. Here's an interesting idea for you. This is something I've experienced too, is obviously when you have your videos in a Facebook group, it's gated, right? Like only those in your group can see it. Have you thought about having them come live on a Facebook group, Facebook page, so that we can get that out to more people and it's not gated and that is the live?
I haven't thought about that, but that's a good idea. I have played with YouTube a little bit.
Yeah.
So I was going more so, pre-recording and having it, okay, well, if I get so many done during the weekend, I can have a morning meeting that pops up Monday through Friday on YouTube.
Cool. I like that. So you're mentioning saving yourself some time with the, an hour and a half you were doing for editing, even though it's supposed to be a 30-minute class. I wonder if we switch that where we're like, hey, if we can get it down to just like 30 minutes, we're not going to edit. Like it just is what it is. What could you do with that hour? I mean, imagine if you spent an hour marketing or an hour doing this. Do you know what I mean? Like that's going to add up.
Or possibly supplies to send out to the students is what I was thinking.
Yeah, that's a great idea. So did you see Valerie's idea to like create maybe some boxes?
Yeah. It was funny because I'm listening to the meetings and my daughter's over here on her tablet. Plus, I was making goodie bags for Halloween. So I'm like multitasking while I'm listening to things. I'm like, okay, thank God you like did the replay. So I'm like, okay, well, I watched it, but I'm going to go back to that part and take more notes on it. So yes, definitely have a plan.
Yeah, no, I love that. So let's talk, because like I said, signups are awesome, all these other things. Sometimes it's a building process of ourselves, right? So let's go back to the Caitlin that was in April, and how have you grown? Let's dive into that. Like, let's go into how has this helped you?
I don't know if I would just say I'm introverted, but I guess I found out I'm a little more than I thought. Around kids, I'm very outgoing, but then when it comes to talking to parents, I kind of like, oh, well, you see. So I definitely broke out of my shell with that. I wear the shirt when I take my daughter to the park. Those little things that you showed, I had those in my purse now. So when my daughter starts talking to random strangers in the store, like she does in Target very often, I actually talked to a few parents doing that, and their kids were a little older, but they actually knew someone that they said they'd pass the information on to. So I'm getting a little more out there with talking to parents, and it's been good.
So this is like, I'm dying right now, because can you teach your daughter to like the first thing she says to like another kid or another parent is like, hey, do you want to come to my preschool class with me? Like seriously, if you could train her to say that.
Well, that's what I was thinking with that.
She'll do it all for you.
Like, oh, you're trick-or-treating. Let's go talk to her. She's we were doing a trick-or-treating thing, and she's clamming it up with everybody. And I'm like, okay, who are you? Like, I want to just stay right here. But it's good. I think it's going to work out.
No, I love that. So you're bringing these little postcards along with you so that anytime you come around somebody, you have them, like, because that's the worst thing if you're like having a conversation.
Yeah, in that post, I was like, I never had them on me, or I have a binder that's in my car. Okay, well, in my car is not helping me right now. So I needed something that I could just have on me and not be carrying a huge thing. So it's been good.
That's awesome. Well, my friend, I'm proud of you. You continue to keep doing all the things and, keep tweaking and trying new things. You're going to turn the key. It's just a matter of time because you know what? It's 6 months later and you're still here. You're still showing up and you're getting more and more and more outside your comfort zone. So I can't wait for you to dive back into Valerie's video, listen to all the strategies again, maybe think about revamping your program in a little way, and then just talk to more people. It's going to turn. I know. I believe in you.
Super excited. We got this.
You do. Awesome. All right. Well, Caitlin, thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you soon.